Okay, so we studied about cross pollination, its advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so next we come to the point that nature favors cross pollination. Okay, self pollination and cross pollination, both the type of pollination are available in the nature, but nature favors cross pollination. And why does the nature favor cross pollination? Because there are some conditions which develop in the flowers which will be in the favor of cross pollination. Okay, so one by one we will be studying all those conditions which are helping the process of cross pollination to take place in the plants. Okay, so the first one is unisexuality. Okay, unisexuality. We have already studied in a previous chapter that unisexual flowers are the flowers in which either the male or the female reproductive organ will be present. Okay, so here the male flower or the female flower, they are born on the separate plants. Okay, the male plant will be there on which the male flower will be produced, and the female plant will be there on which the female flowers will be produced. So since they are produced on two different plants, so there are no chances that self pollination will be taking place. Here the only way left behind will be cross pollination. Okay, example you can consider over here of papaya. Papaya usually has separate male and female plants. Okay, so in here unisexuality plays a role in favoring cross pollination. Okay, sometimes the male and the female flower may be present on the same plant. Okay, here also unisexuality is considered, but both the flowers are present on the same plant. In that condition, the maturity time of the anther and the stigma will be different, so it will be favoring cross pollination. Okay, coming to the next one, dichogamy. Okay, now dichogamy means different timing of maturation of androecium and gynoecium. Okay, so the anther will be mature at different time and the stigma will be maturing at different time. Okay, so that is the meaning of dichogamy. Okay, now this may occur in unisexual flowers or in case of the bisexual flowers. Okay, whatever is the condition. Now if the stigma matures first, okay, if the stigma matures first, or you can say if the female reproductive organ matures first, okay, so it will be called as protogyny condition, right? So protogyny means the stigma matures earlier than the anther, right? And the example taken over here is of people. Then if the anther matures earlier than the stigma, then that condition is called as protandry. And the example to be taken over here is of sunflower. So what is dichogamy? In bisexual flowers, the anther and stigma mature at different time, and if the anther is maturing first, it is called as protandry. If the stigma is maturing first, it is called as protogyny. And the examples of the plants are given for protandry and protogyny condition. Okay, next we go to self sterility. Okay, now this is the condition in which even if the stigma and anther both mature at the same time, okay, the stigma and the anther both mature at the same time, and the stigma receives the pollen grain from the anther of the same flower. Okay, just understand the condition. Stigma and anther are maturing at same time, and the stigma is receiving the pollen grain from the anther of the same flower. But what happens is over here the pollen fails to grow further. Okay, the pollen will not germinate on the stigma of the same flower, right? So in such cases, pollen grain from another plant of the same species can carry out the process of pollination. Understanding? So the example of self sterility over here is ray floret of sunflower and the orchid. Okay, understood? So in case of self sterility, the pollen grain of the same flower will be received by the stigma, but the pollen grain will fail to grow. It will not germinate. Okay, and since the same flower pollen grain is not accepted, that is why the pollen grain from another plant of the same species will carry out the process of cross pollination. Okay, उसके बाद आता है हर्कोगैमी. ओके, हर्कोगैमी मीन्स देयर विल बी सम काइंड ऑफ बैरियर present between the anther and the stigma. Okay, in some flowers the pollen of the flower cannot reach the stigma of the same flower. Okay, you can consider the example of iris or pansy. Okay, there is a hood covering the stigma. So it will be somewhat like this type of structure where the hood is present over the stigma, so that the pollen grain of the same flower does not fall on the stigma of the same flower. Okay, so this is called as hurcogamy. A mechanical barrier will be present between the pollen grain and the stigma. Okay, next is heterostyly. Heterostyly is a condition in which in such flower the stigma and anther grow at different height. Okay, and because of growing at different height, they will not favor the process of self pollination, right? The example you can take over here for heterostyly is oxalis, right? What happens over here is the anther are present at a lower level than the stigma. Okay, the stigma will be present at a height, right, and the anther will be present below it. So there are no chances, okay, or very less chances you can say, that the same flower pollen grain will be going and getting deposited on the stigma. Okay, so this is heterostyly. Understanding? So we have studied about the conditions which will be favoring the cross pollination in nature, though both the type of pollination is observed in the nature, that is self pollination and cross pollination. Okay, when there is a question asked on difference between self and cross pollination, that time you can describe the what you say, the definition of both the type of pollinations. Okay, and then you can say that the external agent is required for cross pollination, whereas external agent is not required for self pollination, right? Then third point can be anther and stigma mature at different times in case of cross pollination, and anther and stigma mature at the same time in case of self pollination, right? In cross pollination there will be new varieties produced, whereas in self pollination new varieties are not produced. Cross pollination, the parental characters are not preserved. Self pollination, the parental characters are preserved. Okay, and then offsprings are healthier in case of cross pollination, whereas in self pollination the young ones cannot adapt to the changed environmental conditions and new variations are impossible. Okay, so what you can say is the offsprings are not as healthy as in case of cross pollination. Okay, so these are the differences between self and cross pollination which you can go through, right? So we have studied about the cross pollination, its advantages and disadvantages. After that we studied that nature favors cross pollination through the conditions of unisexuality, dichogamy, self sterility, hurcogamy and heterostyly. After that we studied the difference between self pollination and cross pollination. Okay, now in difference between it is like any one particular point may be asked. Okay, in your paper it will be given in the bracket, so that particular point you need to write. Okay, otherwise if nothing is given in the bracket, then you can write any 2 points to get the marks. Okay, understanding? Just take the example, if they ask the difference between self pollination and cross pollination, and they ask about new varieties, so you will be writing, they are asking about new varieties in the bracket, so you will be writing self pollination new variety is not possible, cross pollination new variety is possible. So if something is given in the bracket, you are going to write about that only. If nothing is given, then you will be writing 2 points related to that particular difference. Okay.